Good Sunday, good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening,
Kind
wherever
of.
the hell you are is what I'm wishing you. I hope it's wonderful. Anyway, my name's F. Dot. His name's Adonis. We're getting into some wonderful games today.
We're going to be starting off here with Kingdom versus Eager. Honestly, the console games the first day were pretty solid. Sword coming up with a big 2-0 over who many consider the best team in North American console league, Eager. But they're going to get their chance to put up some wins here in this first matchup against Kingdom, who struggled a little bit.
You know, it's interesting. Somebody said in my chat today, I forget who it was, but it was a pro, and somebody of note had said the SCL is sort of like where the SPL was like 2 or 3 years ago, where you've got this one dominant team of Eager, absolutely crushing it. That was Pecky's, by the way. And then,
Of course.
of course it was. You've got Eager crushing it, and then Soar is sort of like right there. It reminds you of old like Cog Prime and honestly Dignitas, now Eager. And then everybody else, they're just sort of struggling to find their footing and learn. So here we've got Kingdom versus Eager today, and I'm really excited because there's a lot of things that Kingdom do right, and I think as they get more time to play against the top tier teams, we'll just see the league as a whole improve.
Yeah, I definitely think Eager is still. I'm going to consider them. It's weird. I still consider them the top team in console right
Of course.
now, and that's just because of how consistent they are. And I think that a lot of teams, when they face them, will learn a lot going into the following weeks. Soar is a little bit more volatile here, and Kingdom Esports, we're going to see if they can find themselves their first win. It's going to be a rough matchup, though.
That should be tough. We'll take a look. They have first pick. Kingdom, that is. So definitely interested to see where they opt to go. The bans against Team Eager should be pretty standard. You see the Thor coming out. Eager's got a very strong jungler. Myflin,
yeah.
previously Materia, old PC player that you've seen. Actually, in the Pro League itself, he'll be playing jungle for Eager. So a lot of strength on the squad in all 5 positions, honestly.
And you got to ban the Guan here. I mean, Guan is just, it's been topped card on console for a while. And funny enough, I do have to say that console kind of set the trend for that. It was a while before PC started adopting it. And now we're seeing the Guan bans in both leagues. And for good reason. The guy just provides so much. Obviously, his laning phase will struggle in certain matchups, but a lot of matchups he just goes even in. And just the team fighting presence, so powerful. And Zeus, in that same regard, banned out.
Yeah, Zeus is a strong god regardless, but Delta Marine 72 specifically, a very strong Zeus player. Doesn't really need help getting peel for himself. He can always find a way out. Raijin, the other character that's similar to Zeus that we see people opt for on the PC side. Same thing here. Raijin will be selected by Kingdom to take it away from Eager.
I really feel like Eager will be going for an Isis pick somewhere soon. Delta Marine, really proficient on that god. We've seen him dominate with it. Kingdom Esports, I like what they did, though. They took the 2 main burst mages. That's the Zeus and the Raijin. They banned out one and they grabbed the other. Or at the very vein, they were forcing Eager to basically ban away the Raijin or we're going to get it.
Athena selected for Eager, so easy peasy, just a global ultimate combined with Fenrir, the early game hot start. We'll see just good characters, honestly, picked overall for Kingdom and Eager so far.
Now, this makes me think a little bit less likely that it's going to be Isis, simply because Fenrir, similar to Naja, combos very well with high burst mages when it comes to just these big ultimates. A Raw could be pretty good here as well. Athena looking to line it up. I don't know if Eager want to play Raw. We haven't really seen too much Raw in the Pro League, so we'll see here if they go into that.
And I like the choice of Batz knowing that that's on the table. You've got 2 setup options, whether it's Athena or Fenrir. So Batz is there to really drop the totem, and Fear No Evil will just disrupt all this planning and setup that Eager have in mind.
Speaking of disrupting planning and setup, that's Kumbhakarna. That's just his calling card. Just so many options to CC players. The Mez incredibly strong. Also, Mez very good against Fenrir there. And instead of the Raw, it'll be the Scylla. I don't know why I forgot about that god, but I did. I was like, yeah, they can line it up with the Raw. Wait, no, Scylla. That's even better.
Scylla's the choice, for sure. Scylla has generally always been a pick that people want to play, but the early game was kind of rough, so people started moving away from her. But with a couple of changes to the god, Soulstone involved, and then of course Purple Pot always being something you can buy for $4.50. Scylla's early game isn't she's clearing the wave by like level 3, so
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
A lot of Hunter bans coming out. Eager starting with the target on the Jingwei, but Kingdom respond with Apollo, and Eager is just like, okay, we get the first pick in the second phase. Let's ban away all the Hunters and then just grab ours here. Kingdom looking to respond, and I think this is where they're debating if they want to switch it up, and it is going to be a solo laner, and they're going to take out Tier, and that's targeted because they don't have their solo laner just yet.
Exactly. Dwurst on Eager, honestly, was last year my personal MVP for Team Eager, and honestly the whole console scene. Dwurst has this really strong ability to just come behind the team fight and sort of step in, almost like Divios or Real style, where he just, after everything's already started, he comes in and just controls everybody. We saw it a lot with Hades.
Yes.
So the transition over to like Tyr and other characters that just have a lot of displacement or control is very worrying. So instead, Eager going to get Raven, just a character that's going to be a frontline bully.
And Kingdom here, going to draft Vamana into the Robin, so a winning matchup for Robin, although he wins basically every single matchup if you play it right. The thing about Robin, though, is it is pretty easy to mess up. You know, just misplacing yourself once will get you behind. And Kingdom going to grab the Hou-Yi away from AirCougar. So, Eager, they have left their final pick, their counter pick, in the hands of their captain, AirCougar. He is really a pretty notable player. And he's going to go Chiron. Okay.
A little bit of the Ataraxia. This character got nerfed and was never seen again. And a couple of players, Ataraxia and AirCougar themselves, both sort of said, yeah, he was nerfed, but he's still totally playable. Where'd he go? Raxia played in the Pro League. Here we have AirCougar playing him in the Console League. So, honestly, very excited for this Hunter matchup. Catalyyyst and AirCougar are two very strong players. AirCougar, obviously, on Team Eager has had a little bit more fanfare behind him, but Catalyyyst has played a couple of different positions on a couple of different teams, and now finally landing in the Hunter role on Kingdom. I'm very excited to see how these two battle it out against each other.
For sure, and Kingdom coming into this was one of the, I think they were seed 6 or 5 coming out of qualifiers. Couldn't make it very far, and this is kind of, can they match up to Eager, right? Soar beating Eager, while it was an upset, it wasn't some major upset.
Yeah, a little bit tough. So here, introducing the teams for the first time today. Kingdom Esports, the Sealcar is a solo lane. TsmaII in the jungle. Lakenator will be your mid laner. McSalty Cake's not around today. I'm just Toasty, who will be the support for Catalyyyst, who's playing that Hou-Yi. Whereas Eager, they're a little bit more familiar. Dwurst, Myflin, Marine, Jellly, and AirCougar from solo jungle, mid, guardian, and hunter, all the way down. So these guys should have an interesting game, to say the least.
Looking at relics to start, something pretty interesting here. I'm looking at Toasty going the Blink Kumbhakarna.
Oh, yeah.
On the other hand, you have Athena grabbing the meditation, and this is one thing that's going to be hard for Kingdom Esports. They've drafted, I wouldn't say a losing dual lane, but the Chiron, known for his pretty powerful and potent push. And then on the other hand, there's also that meditation paired with the Athena. I don't see Eager's dual lane losing this, so Toasty and Catalyyyst likely to be sitting under their tower here, and the Blink not really going to help them.
Yeah, you can see Kingdom is set up really what I wouldn't call this like a direct kill lane. It's not quite Thor Hebo together, but it's still definitely looking for the aggression and looking for a pick here or there to translate into some other objectives. Team Eager, like you said, just more about the sustain. Obviously, Chiron with the passive coupled with the meditation. These guys are going to be totally fine in lane. Myflin, not totally fine here.
He's going to jump, but it's going to be half a second too late. TsmaII is going to throw out some auto attacks, and just a mistimed jump from Myflin here. Sealcar going to be clearing out here. He'll be under his tower for a while until the Vamana can clear the wave with the armored umbrella. It takes a little bit, but he'll be fine.
That's not a Sealcar. That's the Sealcar.
The Sealcar. I'm sorry.
Aggression onto Lakenator in the mid lane, coming out from Myflin. Immediately jumps away, understanding as soon as he gets hit with that lightning mark, he's going to blow up. So, quick play coming out from Myflin.
Left-hand side Harpies look like they want to be contested, but TsmaII and Lakenator took some pretty good poke there a second before. Myflin going in, but he's level 2 right now, just trying to pressure them off back of the lane and guarantee those mid-Harpies. Delta Marine going to finish him off, and Myflin needs to get in range, though. He will be, and he's going to hit level 3.
Left Harpies go to Eager, right side go to Kingdom, so everything's split down the middle so far. Sealcar versus this Raven should be a pretty honest...
That's not just the Raven, it's Eager Dwurst.
Ooh, that's who it is. So these guys, this is a matchup that's pretty much 50-50 down the middle.
Ooh, this is bad.
That kill, though.
This probably isn't going to be a kill, but
kill.
No, it is a kill.
That kill, though. The Sealcar finds one, okie doke, against Dwurst, and that's what you were talking about during picks and bans, where you said Robin's not going to lose many of his matchups. He's just able to sit there and sort of deal with it. But if you make if you step out a little bit, you can be in trouble.
And that's the thing, right? Vamana has very safe long-range clear, where Robin's more about you need to be very up close to the wave. All your abilities are incredibly short range, and if you just get pressured out a little bit, you get first blooded, just like what happened. And that's going to be a pretty big lead for Kingdom Esports, because Dwurst, like you said, is a pretty big part of Eager's team fights, right? Comes into the middle, comes in at the end, and cleans up a lot. But if he's going to be behind and likely out-rotated by Vamana, could be trouble.
Now, I call this one 50-50. I think the matchup goes a little bit in Vamana's favor, but the player matchup, Dwurst, has certainly proven himself a little bit more than Sealcar, which is why I put it 50-50. Yeah. A lot of times when you see these high-end solo laners play the Ravana, they're just able to take that confidence that they have, and they just beat you down, sort of. But this one went the other direction.
And Sealcar has, I believe it was mid he used to play. So he's had a couple role swaps coming in.
Yep.
Looking really good here. In the summer split here, the console league. No, not too much action just yet. Red buff going to be spawning, though, and it looks like TsmaII and Lakenator, they don't want to give this up for free. And you can see left-hand side, what allows this to happen is actually Kingdom Esports is now winning the dual lane, so they're going to be rotating over. And this could be a 4v4 fight if Eager want to take it.
Yeah, this is only here because of the pressure that Kingdom were able to exert in the dual lane. And you can see Toasty, he's going to go ahead and absorb the taunt. Very good play from the support, just standing there forcing the enemy to use the taunt, which means Catalyyyst is able to jump out of there no problem without the threat of Athena.
And a free red buff here, but not going to be picked up. Sealcar trying to steal away this blue. No rotations anywhere near, and Sealcar should be able to secure this. He is going to get it. He also has his ult just in case, and now Dwurst, actually the one in trouble. Has enough mana, though, if he needs to get out.
Not just in case. He's going for the aggression. Ultimate in the mid lane used as well. Couldn't find Myflin, though, so Lakenator going to take it and run.
You can see Myflin very low. I'm assuming and he burned his purification, so he got taunted, forced to use it, and then wasn't going to be taunted by the rest, and just not enough damage coming up from Lakenator there. So Kingdom Esports, though, putting out some good pressure onto Eager. About a 1K gold lead already. The dual lane, who was behind early, wrestled back control, allowed the red buff steal and the solo first blood over on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think that the league is definitely dominated by Eager and Soar, but not in the way that if you're a PC fan watching the console league, not in the way that Panthera dominates. These teams are definitely beatable. And Kingdom, North America is so interesting because I legitimately think all 6 teams can find wins against all 6 teams. There's a lot of spread out talent here. Basically, Eager and Everyday Carry, now Soar, are the only teams that have really stuck together. All the other 4 teams are the result of the other strong teams sort of fragmenting Titan style and winding up across the league. So it winds up with this nice spread of talent where everybody's just trying to beat up Chapo and AirCougar.
and honestly, to that vein, right? I think the skill difference between these players is not that high to begin with.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's all about basically PC, right? Playing with people you're comfortable with and have the same mindset and making your team work in that vein more so than just let's just draft the 5 strongest players we can.
Sealcar pushing up the entire game, might have to pay for it now 5 minutes in, the ultimate and the hit. Myflin finds the kill. Team Eager match the 1-to-1.
Left-hand side, though, aggression as AirCougar was very pushed up. There's a 4-man rotation to him. He's going to dash away, but there's that blink. But Toasty, unfortunately, blinked right in front of the Chiron, got knocked back. Couldn't get his ult off in time. Just a slight misplay coming out from him.
Yeah, slight misplay, but a rough consequence. With the kill on the Chiron, that's an easy gold fury for Kingdom Esports. So
at least an attempt.
Exactly. So they're going to try it anyway. You can see the monkey, TsmaII, trying to zone.
TsmaII ulted by himself while that was just clear miscommunication, right? TsmaII trying to force a fight while his team was pulling the Gold Fury, and then with that Fear No Evil down, there can't be aggression anymore onto that Gold Fury.
Yeah, he tried to zone a little bit, but zoning just wound up being a waste. There's the ultimates coming out of Chiron, trying to find Catalyyyst. The taunt's going to be good, but the ultimate from Chiron already out. Toasty going to knock one to the sky. Roots avoided as Myflin jumps. And aggression from Team Eager doesn't pay off.
Top side, though, Lakenator and TsmaII rotating into the jungle here. They are going to find AirCougar, and no fear, no evil. And once again, players, and that's actually one of the strengths of playing a god like Chiron, is people haven't played against him in a while. You could see Kingdom Esports trying to body block the Chiron without recognizing or remembering that his escape actually knocks you back if you're in the path.
Yeah, classic. Sort of like Vamana. Well, exactly like Vamana.
It's like the people who try to block Desert's Fury.
I do it all the time.
You just want to. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to block it. I'm healing, guys.
I'm doing my job. There's Jellly doing his job. Taunt onto Lakenator, brings him down to about 75% HP. Chiron hits. So does the dog. Stunned out. The ultimate going to bring him under the tower. Plus Toasty. Athena. That's going to hurt. Toasty's alive for now. But if Team Eager can find the dash and taunt, likely going to be in Sleepy. There's the dash. There's the taunt. There's the root. And the follow-up is strong. Basics to kill him. 1. And there he is. Down for the count. AirCougar finds number 2 for Eager. Raijin just going to back safely under base. Eager don't want any more.
And Eager, they've answered back, wrestled back control this game, about a 300 gold lead, although realistically, that's nothing. And this is less about Eager making big plays and more about Kingdom Esports kind of overexerting themselves. They had the lead, and then they were just aggressing, and then a couple honestly, a couple misplays where they had clean kills, they dropped them, and then they just get poked out has allowed Eager to come back in. But a stolen speed buff is going to be nice there for TsmaII. Trouble.
Jellly finds a top, but it's away from his teammates, more importantly, around the bend. Dwurst still gets a kill onto TsmaII. Catalyyyst very low, drops the Suns, and is not going to keep Dwurst away. He's still fighting in the Suns. Catalyyyst very low, and he just needs one more hit to take him out, but Raijin instead going to show up and send everybody packing. Jellly finds the hit onto Catalyyyst, and Toasty finds the hit onto Scylla. Jellly will fall down. That's a double kill for the Kumbhakarna. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-1-0 for Toasty.
Hey man, Kumba's a carry here. Dwurst also going to be watching his blue buff being stolen away. AirCougar might be able to get a tower on the left-hand side in the meantime. I mean, this is dangerous from Dwurst. He is going to get out, but almost died there. I'm really surprised he tried to contest that with as low as health he had and with no ultimate. And honestly, that could have went much better for Kingdom Esports there. However, TsmaII, not actually using his purification, was taunted out, just simply didn't have the reaction time to get that off.
Not a bad play overall, though. You steal the blue buff away, which is very important from Ravana. So taking that away gives Sealcar another leg up in that solo lane. And most importantly, I think, is AirCougar didn't finish the tower, but with Catalyyyst in the jungle, AirCougar's going to finish the tower. That's really rough, and Toasty mezzes 3 as he's brought underneath mid-tower.
Oh, Delta Marine going really aggressive there, but I think that was more Kingdom surprise that he went aggressive there. AirCougar going to be forced on the left-hand side. But I mean, the whole time that these fights have been going on, Catalyyyst has been in them, making a little bit of an impact. However, AirCougar's just been left to free farm. He got a tower, and he's already 800 gold ahead with only a single kill, and that wasn't even first ball. That's a pretty massive lead coming out of the Hunters.
See, that tower was really rough for me because Catalyyyst went and chose to get the red buff instead of the wave and protect the tower. The red buff's always going to be there. I mean, you have the pressure right now in the jungle. Your team is out there engaging in the jungle. So Kingdom, I would have much rather see Catalyyyst defend that tier 1 tower over on the left-hand side, but the red buff is around the waist of the Hunter, so maybe Catalyyyst really needs to look to use it and find a kill off of this. Otherwise, I don't think that decision was worth it.
And Catalyyyst here, making use of the red buff, though, forcing AirCougar back to lane, and it seemed like Kingdom wanted to force this red buff, however, with the rotation from Eager and the placement of their teammates, couldn't really force it. Couldn't steal it away a second time. Right now, though, Eager still with a slight lead, about 700 gold. 500, that is that first tower of the game. And Catalyyyst in trouble.
Myflin's
nice
here.
Jump away.
Yeah, he's just going to jump. Drop the Suns one more time. Again, not going to deter the enemies. Catalyyyst has to write that one down. That's the second time we've seen Cata drop the Suns and wade in the damage, hoping that the enemies would walk away, Jean Quay style, but it's just not the case. Team Eager is totally fine fighting it.
Honestly, the problem there was that Catalyyyst made such an incredible play and then immediately followed up with a misplay. If he doesn't drop the Suns there, he actually spaces himself away from Myflin enough that he can't close the gap. And based on where players were in the jungle, Toasty was already on the rotation. Him and Toasty would have been there to save him from Catalyyyst, or excuse me, save him from Myflin, but instead, planting yourself with the Suns just allowed Eager to catch up to you.
Yeah, AirCougar definitely having the upper hand here in this duo lane. Lakenator trying to steal, and does, but now he jumps in the middle of 3. Rough stuff. Scylla Crush gonna miss, but Myflin still totally here, and the Scylla ultimate certainly won't miss. That's 1 for Delta Marine as Sealcar takes out Dwurst on the right side. Toasty here, he's surrounded by 2. Myflin's got to jump away, but the Kumbhakarna, 25% HP. Here comes Vamana, knocks up 2, and the Sealcar just trying to get out, but everybody on Kingdom is trying to save everybody on Kingdom and wind up dying for it.
It's just over aggression now. Toasty's blinked in. Catalyyyst is here, though. Along with TsmaII, Fear No Evil, it is not available, and Toasty dies as well.
Yeah, like I said, this is just 1 by 1 by 1.
We've seen this all game where Kingdom, they've made these incredible plays. They've done everything like they needed to, and then just one small mistake by one player leads to another mistake by another player, and it's just this domino effect. And Kingdom have been the aggressors all game, but Eager still find themselves with the lead.
Well played by Eager there. Basically, they just forced Catalyyyst to make the decision. If you jump, you're going to get hit by Fenrir because he knows your jump is down. So Athena comes in with the taunt, and you got to jump to avoid the taunt, right?
I mean, the thing is he had purification. He could have looked to purify the taunt, and that's one of actually the hardest decisions to make as a player at this high level, is when to burn your purification, because it's 160 seconds, right? If I get taunted here, is it really worth it, right? Is it really worth
What are they
burning
gonna
my
get out of
purification,
it,
or
yeah.
can I survive?
Here comes the rest of Kingdom as Eager start the Gold Fury. Toasty already 50%, knocks one in the air, looking for the turnaround route, gets it on Myflin, who jumps away. Crush takes him out. Delta Marine 4-1 and 3. Oh, so strong as the mid laner for Eager, but Sealcar answering back. The only member on Kingdom positive, 3-2 and 2, makes the rotation from the short lane, trying to zone players out, looking at Delta Marine, but Delta Marine deals with the solo lane and takes out the mid lane at the same time. Multitasking for Delta Marine as Dwurst takes out one. Looking for Kata. That's going to be problems for him as well. Sealcar and his ultimate going to trade with Delta Marine's ult, but Sealcar very low now. Still takes a chunk. Taunt and gone. 13-5 as AirCougar takes the lucky 13 for himself.
And this is just, it's the same story all game. Just one at a time. The players go in and make mistakes, and honestly, a lot of it's positioning too. I'm looking at Lakenator. He is a Raijin. He has gone into Dynasty, played Helm, but the problem is he's very aggressive by himself without the team around him, right? If you're aggressive as a Raijin and you get a ton of damage off, you need your team to be around you to at least follow up. So if you do die, you find the return kills. Unfortunately, though, Lakenator's just walking in. He's dashing aggressively with that Thunder Crash, and it's not enough damage to 100-0 players.
And Delta Marine 72 over here, formerly known as Unrelinquished, just, I love what he was doing. Sealcar said, okay, Sealcar made the right decision. I think Sealcar is definitely the shining light if you're a Kingdom Esports fan right now. Sealcar goes and deals with the Scylla, because Scylla's killing his whole team. So what Scylla does, she gets the root, she moves around, she gets the crush to kill the other guy by Gold Fury, and then goes right back to dealing with Sealcar. Just being able to multitask like that, especially as a god like Scylla or Isis, that's the stuff that's very important to play at this high level.
Kingdom Esports still isn't that far behind, though. It's 4,000 gold after the Gold Fury, and we've seen them, like, they have been controlling Eager. They've been controlling the pace of the game. The problem, once again, is that they need to control this together. They need to, you either need to give up your players who have put themselves into a bad position, or you need to save them as a team. You can't save them one at a time. Left-hand side, though, pressure coming out from Eager here. Catalyyyst under his tier 2 as AirCougar 3 levels ahead of him, just poking away. The rotation is coming, however. You can see TsmaII and Toasty rotating in, Lakenator around as well, but Eager recognize it.
A little bit.
Maybe.
Eager's still going to stick around, and no commitment from Kingdom.
No commitment from either team. They're both kind of waiting in the jungle, waiting to rotate, but it's actually Eager who find themselves in the duo.
Toasty's taunted one more time. Level 11 Kumbhakarna has had a lot of issues this game.
Base race.
Yeah.
You can see mid lane, 2 members, and Eager recognize it. They're backing off of this tier 2, apparently. Unless Jellly can get a taunt, there could be a double kill fairly easy here, or at least a forced fight, but it's not going to happen. Mid lane, rotations have come in from the Scylla, looking for TsmaII.
Athena ulted as well. TsmaII going to jump over the taunt. Good play coming out from Kingdom Esports. They just barely missed the tier 1 tower over in mid. That time, smart purification for the curse.
And now Catalyyyst here going to be trying to help out Toasty. The Suns come down. Myflin actually taking a fair amount of damage. He's going to be forced to purify and rotate out.
Well played.
And here's Lakenator in the middle. Has the follow-up. One more hit, but the Sanctuary's good for now.
Dwurst takes Sealcar out in the solo lane, and Lakenator going to get away for now, but the masterful shot from Cougar takes out the mid lane. Number 15 for Team Eager. Jumping away is going to be TsmaII underneath the tower, safe and sound. But now 3 members from Eager barking down this tier 1.
How does Sealcar die there?
So got soloed, mate.
So interesting enough, Dwurst has gone into Mystical Males, and I actually hear aggression in the mid. Toasty in a little bit of trouble. 2-man taunt. Toasty's going to die. There goes the Scylla ult, but the passive's already been popped. Catalyyyst walks up to Dwurst, and he's going to be chipped away as the tier 1 falls. But yeah, a Mystical Male.
We saw Mystical Male the other day as well, honestly.
Who played it?
Another solo laner that wanted the physical protections. It's an interesting item as Myflin just takes out Catalyyyst and the team pushes down a tier 2 tower. The item has had a lot of changes and a lot of nerfs and a lot of conversation around it, but I was talking to Anatoly, I think on the broadcast actually, and it just allows gods like Ravana to exactly what it used to do. He can clear the wave a little bit easier, but he just stays present, and that's really what it's about. It's just the presence, and now Ravana's a god that pushes W at you and forces you to walk away.
And that's where Mystical Male is the best.
Yeah, it just sort of fits into the play style of some of the solo lane gods. So despite the changes in a negative fashion, players still a little bit interested in it.
Left-hand side, aggression. Toasty going to find one knocked up into the Fear No Evil, but the Sanctuary going to immune almost all of it. Now Myflin trying to turn it around. TsmaII falls. Toasty still under tower with Sealcar's teleport in, and Lakenator around the corner. Eager, they don't want to fight this full retreat, but Sealcar pressing forward. Going to find the slow 1-1.
Yeah, Sealcar's definitely looking for a little bit more, and Myflin's going to take him right to the boss. Not quite going to find a kill.
Call was off.
Yeah.
Call was to get off there. Lakenator goes in, though. Sealcar pops his ult as well, and Delta Marine in a little bit of trouble here.
No Sentinel available. There's the hit, and Sealcar takes out the mid laner. Now going to turn his sights onto the jungler. Quick change of decision. Now looking towards the tower. Nobody can really choose who they want to attack, and that's really the problem for Kingdom Esports, is the lack of direction, it seems.
Oh, Toasty here, just trying to get out. Athena ult on top, and Dwurst, Mystic rushing. Toasty should fall here. His passive's already been popped, so Jellly going to find the kill. Another kill to the support. We've seen a couple of those, and here comes the curse. Lakenator, he's slowed. Sealcar trying to do everything he can to peel, but Dwurst, that mystical mail is ticking away, and he's going to find Lakenator as well. 3-on-1. Sealcar, his ultimate going to be down for about 30 more seconds.
Kata from the top side. I don't know how much Kata can stop. Sealcar's already dead. The taunt onto the Ho-Yi. Nobody standing in the suns. Here comes T-Small by himself. Fear No Evil is going to be big, Kevin. 1 kill already. Ravana gets dodged out. Monkey's not going to find a home. And now these two players on Kingdom looked like they were in a great spot. Certainly not. Dwurst finds his 6th kill of the contest.
And this is going to be a tier 2 tower as well. And once again, Kingdom just piling and 1 at a time. T-Small with a big ultimate finds 3 and is able to pick up 1 kill in return. But unfortunately, it's just the fights. They've just been incredibly sloppy from Kingdom. And now, I wouldn't say Eager's had the best fights either, but they fight as a team. And,
exactly.
and that's really why they're winning.
Yeah, you're seeing Kingdom Esports just march in one by one, hurrah, hurrah, and like Catalyyyst tries to save his teammate, and Ho-Yi doesn't really have a kit to really do that. Even by dropping the ultimate, Kevin, it doesn't send everybody in the opposite direction. It's just sort of damage. Now, T-Small with the Fear No Evil, I actually like that one. That's the god that you go in one by one.
That was also a guaranteed kill,
exactly.
Right? How low Myflin was, his purification was down, and it wasn't, I'm running in with no way to immediately blow some up. A lot of times it's, I'm running in trying to save a player, not guarantee a kill.
And the Fear No Evil offers that peel. It offers that nonsense where, I don't know, Ho-Yi,
look, Catalyyyst,
that's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you the...
Catalyyyst is 0-5-3. He's level 13. AirCougar's 5-0-7. It's just we're 20 minutes in and your hunter's level 13. It just that actually can't happen. You just can't.
I want to see Dwurst get this kill on Sealcar, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Stun not going to find it. Ultimate activated by the Vamana. 2-on-1.
Funny enough, this is actually the worst thing because the mystical mail is going to extend Sealcar's ultimate to its max length. And he's going to heal up more because of mystical mail.
Mez is taunted out. There's Toasty in some trouble now. Dwurst aggressing onto the Kumbhakarna. Can't find a route on anybody. Toasty has to walk away. Dwurst doing the opposite, walking right towards the enemy. 19 on the solo laner.
And Sealcar going to teleport
back.
Look at
Delta.
But, I mean, it's going to be really hard for Kingdom to get back into this one. It's 13,000. They've been chipped away slowly. Here comes Jellly going to find a taunt onto Catalyyyst. He does have its purification. Lakenator trying to find something on their tower and doing a good amount of damage. AirCougar and Delta Marine forced to Sanctuary. They're going to stay alive as Myflin picks up Catalyyyst in the back.
Myflin has just kept Catalyyyst completely out of this game, Kevin. He hasn't been able to do a damn thing. Sealcar winds up with a kill, but Myflin has number 7. T-Small finds 1 for himself as well. 2 in total for the Monkey. But Jellly in some trouble now as the turnaround from Kingdom looks kind of real, but Jelly's going to get knocked away, and Dwurst still on top. Myflin finds his 8th kill of the game. Now in trouble. One more time is Jellly. Sealcar trying to find it. Myflin trying to find T-Small. Myflin has 9 kills. That's the whole amount that Kingdom has. And it's the same on the jungler for Team Eager. Really rough stuff coming out here for Kingdom. The 7th kill for Dwurst as well.
And that was probably Kingdom's best chance at getting back into this game. It was actually Lakenator there hits a beautiful, finds 3 in the taunt phase of the Taiko drums, and it's just not enough damage. And that's the vein and that's the problem, right? Is that Kingdom, when they fight as a unit, they know how to fight as a team.
Exactly.
They just got so far behind, chipping themselves away in each engagement. I mean, we were talking about how they were ahead at 10 minutes. Like by about 1,000 gold, and now we're 21 minutes in, and it's 28-9 in kills. It's over 20. Is that? Okay,
it's over 9,000.
It's like 15,000 gold separating the team. It's brutal. It is brutal.
Myflin plays a cheeky play, jumping over the wall to the tower. Eager's just going to brute force this one. But honestly, Kevin, the problem here for Kingdom Esports was, as you said, when we finally got the opportunity to see them team fight, they didn't actually look too poor. The problem for Kingdom was that they kept getting picked and not willing to let that pick go. They let a pick into a pick into a pick. That's why Team Eager is leading this by over 3 times the amount of kills that Kingdom have.
The thing that just happened on screen kind of just,
Yeah.
that's the game.
Yep.
That's the game in one play right there. Myflin surging forward, looking for Sealcar here. Actually picking up the Catalyyyst. All right.
How do you want to break this one down, Analyst?
I actually... So it's weird because you're ahead so you can kind of do stuff like this where you don't need the damage, but in the same vein, you're doing so much damage that your abilities should kill them before you need the Catalyyyst effect.
I want to see a Blood Forge instead. But it's also just classic Myflin. Kind of just what he does.
It's because I actually don't mind the Catalyyyst if you're ahead and you need to chase players down to reset your abilities. Lakenator going to pop his ult here. Going to get some damage off onto AirCougar, but it's just not enough. Toasty falls under the Phoenix here, and Myflin swinging away with that Catalyyyst.
There's a Fear No Evil out TsmaII. Myflin going to take a whole chunk, jumps into the Phoenix. Poor mechanics. Myflin going to fall down.
Maybe if he had a Blood Forge shield, he would have survived that.
Hey, I agree with that one. Delta Marine finds one over the top. AirCougar finds one over the bottom. Delta Marine even finds the running away Sealcar. Not enough to kill him, but certainly enough to make him think twice.
Wow.
This entire game is changed by... Can we actually see wards placed before the Titan falls?
Myflin with the one where like no one's placed wards. It's weird because it's just been fighting over and over again. And that's one of the things, right? Kingdom didn't have the vision and they kept walking into multiple members. Middle Phoenix here, going to be pressured. Catalyyyst, the man standing under it here. Toasty just coming out of Fountain. And this is going to fall. And it seems like Eager, they're going to play it safe. They definitely could have looked to end. They likely could have just ended there.
Yep.
But they want to play it incredibly safe there with Myflin dead, so...
Yeah, I think this game goes wildly different if Kingdom Esports, 1, places more wards, and 2, doesn't get their wards countered as often. You can see Toasty did put in a fair amount of work as far as the warding is concerned, but a lot of those were countered. Eager was a little bit more excited to buy their sentry wards, and with the lack of vision, Kingdom walks into 1v3, 1v4 situations, and then one by one they try to help each other out, and winds up just being a 2-for-0 in an extended what started off as a bad pickoff. Kingdom Esports really need to look out to avoid those individual situations because, as we said, we saw them team fight over on the right-hand side 5 minutes ago, and it wasn't terrible. So if you give them the opportunity, they might be able to run with it.
But this game, 17,000 down, I mean, it's going to be a miracle. Myflin here going to be taking a Fire Giant, using the Catalyyyst effects to kite it around, not get knocked up. We've seen teams actually throw at Fire Giants by getting knocked up.
Yeah, a number of teams.
His Fenrir with Catalyyyst looks so funny.
And hey, man, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. Gets the Fire Giant.
Scylla's, because her second ability is crush. She's the one crushing it. Like, because she throws it out there, and then she crushes it. Bam, damage. Ooh, crushing it, killing it.
Bam, damage. Ooh, crushing it, killing it. I'm going to use that.
You wait. It's my future tagline.
Just you wait.
You know how some commentators will have taglines? Like
Destruction!
They always say? Crushing it, killing it. Wait, what was it? I forgot it already.
Bam, ooh, damage.
Sealcar, dead.
Sealcar.
One more hit, stays alive. TsmaII in the back line, and actually Catalyyyst going aggressive. AirCougar in a little bit of trouble. Toasty chasing him underneath, and then there's Dwurst. Top damage, 30k to his name. Finds TsmaII, and that's going to be it as Toasty falls as well.
Delta Marine gets credit for that one. Bam, ooh, damage, crushing it, killing it, done, son. Delta Marine, 72, 38 in total for Team Eager. Myflin's going to bring one back to the dog pound, and Sealcar in some trouble, getting chased and getting disgraced. There's the hit. Jellly finds one, and with 39 kills on the board, this Titan going to fall down. Eager take game 1 in dominant fashion against Kingdom Esports.
Early game though, I mean, I gotta give credit to Kingdom.
Yeah.
They looked good. We saw Sealcar find the solo kill against Dwurst. However, Dwurst making the much bigger impact when you look at solo lane rotations. That mystical male chipping away, probably adding to a fair bit of his damage, and that was an interesting pickup. And I think he bought it because he got behind.
Sure.
I'll be interested. I think I'm gonna ask him about that on the kind of the thoughts, because that's what I would imagine is that he can't clear. So just the mystical male allowing him to get back in that lane a little bit better.
Rough stuff.